I guess the next thing was the first time I was stationed in Germany, I've always had horses. All my life I've had horses. And I got to know the troop tailor, the guy that sews all our stuff on and tailors all of our uniforms. He was an old guy. And he and his wife would make soup for me back behind the curtain there at lunchtime when I'd go in there and have soup with them and talk German with them. And he knew a farmer that had a daughter that was away to nursing school somewhere up in Dusseldorf, which is quite a bit north of where I was stationed in Schwabach, up by Nuremberg. And he wanted to know if I would like to go and look at a horse they had. And I said, oh, yeah, just go look at one or anything. It was fine for me. So he took me down there and introduced me to this old farmer and his wife, and I had a horse to ride. And it was a fine animal. It was one of those German warm bloods or whatever you call them, a really pretty horse, tall. Boy, it was beautiful. I rode that horse all over Germany, well, in that area. But one day, at that time, in order to go out the gate, you had all the GIs, the soldiers had to wear a coat and tie and, look, church clothes. You couldn't go out otherwise, they wouldn't let you. So I put on my coat and tie and all my boots and blue jeans and weird shirt and weird hat I put in a big bag and carried it with me. And I changed clothes at the farmer's house and they'd feed me, and I took him a little tobacco. He liked pipe tobacco. I took him that and stuff from the store, from the army store. And off I'd go with that horse. Well, it was payday one day, and I got down there and got on the horse and I took off, and I thought, oh my gosh, I left my wallet on my bed. And there were about 12 guys in that squad bay where we stayed. I thought, I've got to get up there and get my wallet, or I'll be, somebody will take it. So off I go with that horse, up through town and through the gate, wearing my Hitler boots and blue jeans and weird hat, and they're not going to let me in the gate. Because they knew that I was the biggest communist spy that ever walked the face of the earth, riding that horse through there. So I wasn't about to stop. My 67 bucks I got paid was in that wallet. So I just kept right on and going, and they come out there and doing this, and I went right around them, riding that horse along. And pretty soon here comes the Jeep with the blue light. Da-dee, da-dee, da-dee. They're coming after that communist that just came through the gate. I thought I didn't want to mess with them, so I took a left and I jumped a fence and jumped a creek and kept on going. And they're still back there, da-dee, 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 trying to figure out how to catch up with that communist on the horse. Well, I got over there in front of our 3-story barracks, and there's not a thing anywhere to tie that horse to. I thought, I can't just leave this horse sit, because he's going to be bye-bye big time when I come out the door. There was one car in the little parking lot in front. It was a 57 or 58 canary yellow Dodge, brand new. I tied him to the door handle, and it was the first sergeant's car. He's the big cheese. I tied him to the door handle. I ran in the barracks, ran up the steps, ran down the hall, opened the door. Sure enough, my wallet's laying right where I left it. I scooped that wallet up, ran back downstairs, out the door. No horse. Gone. And here's a hole about this big in that driver's door. Door handle and all, gone. I thought, oh man, I'm toast. And I'm looking in there, and they're in there right next to that parking lot, the first sergeant. And he was a mean old son of a gun. He was in there chewing somebody out for spitting on the sidewalk or something. And I thought, oh, I'm dead. I couldn't figure out where in the heck that horse would go. So I remembered there was a little patch of grass, like lawn, half the size of this room, in the back of the barracks. Maybe he's back there. So I went back around the barracks, and sure enough, there he is, munching on that grass, dragging that door handle. And right outside that was the back fence of the whole compound. There was a big old wheat field out there. Now remember, this is before I was a church member. So I sneaked back there and I untied that door handle and I chunked that sucker as far as I could out in that wheat field. And I got on that horse and I went back out the same way I came in, over the creek and over the fence, and here they come, da-dee, 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 they're gonna get me. Well, of course, they're on the wrong side of that creek and that fence at that time. They were on the other side and they got on this side. Well, they got to go around. Well, in the meantime, I'm going out the gate, and here they come. after me again. So I just went across a few more yards, a couple more creeks. That horse could jump like a deer. Over a few more fences, and I never heard of him again. Well, that was the horse story. And, oh,